In recent years, we've seen cryptocurrency go from a dark web niche used mostly to trade in illegal substances to some countries talking about making it a legal tender of currency. A lot of the coins have a very memey appeal to them, such as DogeCoin and Shiba Inu. But much like everything else, there are also scams. And recently, some folks decided to scam people out of millions of dollars by banking on the popularity of the show Squid Games. Stick with the video till the end to know the complete details of the scam and know how to avoid being fooled yourself. Now let's begin. Squid Game, the coin. Around a week ago, a new crypto hit the market, going by the name of Squid Game. However, it shouldn't be confused with a dystopian anti-capitalist show on Netflix by the same name. Neither does the token have any association with the show. Described as a play-to-earn cryptocurrency, the Squid token, which was used to purchase entry into a round of an associated game, allowed users to purchase tokens in exchange for participating in a variety of activities on the site. Following the token's introduction on October 27, a flurry of investors rushed in to participate in the game, while also hoping to make a quick profit. Initially, it was valued at 1 cent, but by the end of the week, its worth had risen to more than $2,856,000. A meteoric rise that would sadly turn out to be too good to be true. It's also important to note that Squid Game isn't the only cryptocurrency initiative inspired by the popular Netflix show. But none of them is associated with a South Korean survival drama. According to CoinMarketCap, the prices of other tokens related to the show, such as Squid Game Protocol, Squid Game Token, Squidonomics, and International Squid Games, have all plummeted in the last 24 hours. Early warnings. As with many instances of scams, there were a lot of red flags early on about things not being as they were presented. For starters, the website for the token was set up just a month before the launch of the coin. This was the first sign of trouble. Then there was the fact that the website itself contained many grammatical mistakes, which isn't really a good sign, especially when you're investing your money into it. And the website claimed that they were in the works to make a game with the gaming giant Bethesda. Yes, you heard us right. The same Bethesda that made such games as Wolfenstein, Fallout, and Skyrim. Now, all of these and of themselves were sufficient to show that this was a scam. If not a scam at the very least, something to not trust enough to invest your money into. But this wasn't all. There were many early investors who themselves reported that they were unable to sell their tokens because of some new anti-dumping technology employed by the token, which prevented them from trading or selling their tokens and reaping the benefits. Many of them repeatedly warned on social media and in the cryptocurrency community to stay away from the project because of the risks involved. Despite the repeated warnings, investors continued to pour money into the enterprise and put their money in danger in a high-stakes game of chance. CoinMarketCap even put a warning on its token page for Squid, informing users that the coin may be a honeypot fraud. It would seem like people either wanted to be scammed or were plain stupid. But people being gullible can't take all the blame, because as the Squid Game coin continued to climb in value, it attracted the attention of major news organizations like the BBC, CNBC, and others, who reported uncritically on its meteoric rise. May we add, without mentioning any of the red flags we've mentioned so far. When it comes to crypto, even the men in the suits and ties don't know much. The scam. The $3.36 million invested in Squid Game currency was withdrawn out of the project by its authors shortly after 1:38 p.m. UTC on November 1. The exchange's liquidity pool vanished in an instant, and the coin was essentially worthless within 10 minutes, trading at 1/3 of a cent. This form of scamming in the crypto world is popularly referred to as a rug pull, and it isn't the first time it has happened. In September 2020, the developer of SushiSwap, another highly regarded coin, vanished with $13 million in what investors believed was a rug pull. After a public outcry, the author eventually returned the coins but then vanished again. Now returning back to Squid Game, according to Wallet Activity, the game's developers allegedly walked away with millions of dollars in untraceable BNB after cleaning the stolen funds with Tornado Cash. On the same day, the project's developers announced on its official Telegram channel that they no longer wish to run the project owing to the stress of dealing with scammers and hackers. If you ask us, this appears to be a clumsy attempt to hide your tracks. What is a rug pull? This term refers to traders who use decentralized exchanges to trade and then become victims of an exit scam. As the cryptocurrency sector is the wild, wild west, anything goes. There is so much potential for disruption and optimism around every turn. Yet, where there is promise and profit, there are also scammers and malicious thieves eager to steal from others. Crypto has attracted even more criminals to the asset class, including scammers, hackers, ransomware issuers, attackers, and more, due to its lack of regulation, existence entirely online in an all-digital environment, and existence outside of the usual domain of civilization. Rug pulls are, in most cases, a clear exit scam disguised as a promising endeavor to entice participants. When money flows into a project and the price rises, the developers pull out all the cash they can, squeezing the capital of those left holding the bag. Imagine standing on a rug and having one edge of the rug pulled away from you. Unless the rug is secured in some way to the floor, it will sweep you off your feet and cause you to fall flat on your face. In financial terms, this is pretty much what happened here. How to avoid being scammed in crypto. It's not simple to avoid a situation like this, but it's best to stick with coins or protocols that have been around for a long time and can be trusted. While technically, the biggest benefits and returns could come from some obscure new protocol or project. That's also where the biggest risks are. As a result, knowing which projects to invest in and which to avoid is crucial. It all comes down to conducting your own research on the projects you want to fund. We can give you some pointers on what to look for while conducting your study. The most important of these is determining how much liquidity the project's owners have. You may check this by looking at the token's top holders. Remove that proportion of the total from the first result, which is usually the burn address. Then look at who the biggest token holders are and how the token is distributed. Most platforms such as PancakeSwap and Uniswap are labeled. Always keep an eye on GitHub, as it's the epicenter of DeFi project development. You can see the development activities on a project when you search for it on the site. If the project is not being developed and is a fork of another project, this could be a red flag and you should not invest. Another thing to remember is that while every project has a team behind it, not all teams are trustworthy. Check LinkedIn, for example, to learn more about the people behind the initiative. It's a positive sign if the team is made up of dependable folks who have been there for a while. Otherwise, it may be a warning indication. Despite the fact that DeFi teams are normally nameless, you will be compensated if you can obtain this information. Finally, constantly seek out pools with greater liquidity. Scammers usually don't have a lot of money in the liquidity pool. As a result, you should determine how much is in the pool. A liquidity pool with at least $50,000 in it is unlikely to be a fraud, as crooks rarely invest that much in the business. Squid Game Pandemonium. Believe it or not, this scam isn't the only Squid Game related fraud that's been making rounds in the news cycle recently. A gaming streamer who goes by the name Squid Game has recently come under attack by zealous fans of the shows. So much so, she now finds it hard to get companies to sponsor her. This isn't all. The Squid Game craze has reached heights maybe no other show has ever in the history of entertainment. It has also inspired many people, especially famous YouTubers, to recreate the Squid Games in real life, with the likes of Moist Critical taking the lead and organizing his very own Squid Game-inspired contest of equals for a prize. However, unlike the show, there isn't much death involved. At least that's what we've been led to believe by Moist Critical, a famous YouTuber, Twitch streamer, and actor, with prestigious roles in films such as Hunger Games. Let's hope it stays that way. That's all for today, folks. We hope you found the video informative and fun to watch. Also, tell us in the comment section your views about the Squid Crypto scam. And if you enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon next to it for regular updates. Goodbye!